Well, good afternoon, everybody. Zach, back out on the trails again today with another walk talk, and we are going to call this one Walk Talk 6. And this is going to be all about step 8 because it's August and that's what most of the meetings are about. So now that we got the intros done, let's turn it around so you don't have to look at my ugly face, and we will take a look at some of the nature. All right, so step 8 is a very interesting one for me, confusing one for me, and I'm not really too sure where to go with this. But let's go through my warped mind on this and see what I got. All right, so to me, step 8 is one that I guess I'm going to be redoing for a long time. And not because I have an exceptionally long list. My list is rather short to myself the first time I ran through it. And while I could see the advantage of adding people, I'm not gonna lie, I just don't care about that many people to make amends that could be there. There are some really close people to me that are on the list that I need to try to come out to, but as far as ex-coworkers, acquaintances, stuff like that, I got way too much to do now to try to chase every individual down. But this is where it gets hard for me, because see, making amends is not something to me that you just say and you're done with. Case in point, who is on the list of who I hurt? The biggest people are my family, of course, and that's really where I'm gonna start with this, and that's really what today's gonna be about. So for me, I was never a very social person. By the time I quit Verizon, I was rather done going out, and I didn't really hang out with people very often. I don't know, I made a lot of mistakes, but I just wasn't, I don't see me having to make very many amends to people out there. That's what makes this difficult. So the people that I affected the most are the people closest to me. They're my wife, my kids, my brother, my mom and dad, my brother's family. And that's what sucks, man. You know, when probably the first person I apologized this to was my brother, and you know, to my luck, he you know, he practices what he preaches. I'm not a Christian at this point. I don't really know what I feel about religion. I'm kind of opening my eyes to it a little bit more, but I was very jaded for a very long time. And you know, when I came out, when I was talking to my brother, he is a practicing Christian, and he followed the principles to a T, and that's part of what got my curiosity going. I mean, he literally was just like, hey man, we all go through shit. You were there for mine, I was there for yours, and let's move past it and get this going in the right direction together. And that's, you know, that's all an addict could hope for when they're coming out of their addiction. My mom and dad, you know, I've said it, I don't think they give two shits what I did in the past. You could just see the love in their eyes now, especially when they see me excited. I mean, you know, like, I talk to my mom a lot, and I used to call her up, and you could kind of hear the pain in her voice when I was going in my insane tangents, and you don't get that now. Like, she could hear the joy in my life again, and my voice again, and it just comes over the phone. It's the same conversations we've always had, except I'm way less angry. It's just, it's just a mom loving her son again, and not worried about if he's going to wake up tomorrow, not worried about what he's going to do the next time he takes a trip. And I just feel so bad that I took that away from my mom and dad for years. Like, I don't think people realize what it's like to... I'm a parent now myself. And I made my own parents' life hell for years and years and years. And I'll give my thoughts on addiction at the end, but that's part of the reason I think this whole addiction is a disease is bullshit. You just got to get out of your own way. And then we go on to my wife and kids, man. And you know, I kind of have a weird relationship with all of it. Like I know I wasn't 100% the father I needed to be for my boys, but I was able to try, and I had a framework. And I don't think our relationship ever got as bad as my relationship with my daughter, who I don't think our relationship was bad. I think I failed to understand what she needed, give her what she needed, and I failed to let that relationship blossom. And so this is what, to me, the step 8 means. It means today I had my bag packed. I was ready to get to my parents' house to pick them up. They watched them so we could watch we could go hang out with a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in years. Amazing night. Very happy about it. Here's what it is. But you know what that means to me today is I forgot my plans and I jumped in the pool and played tag and get the rings off the bottom or whatever my daughter wanted today, because she didn't want to play Risk with the boys. And I was there. She wanted to swim. It's my job to do that. And I had a great time. I saw the smile on her face, the light in her eye. And that's all I need. That is me making amends to her. And here's the important part. My daughter's 8. I did the wrong thing for lots and lots of years. So that means this isn't amends for my daughter is not me doing something once and forgetting about it. It's me getting up every damn day. If it means I'm a bike into work to keep my attitude right, I'm gonna do that. If I'm gonna go on an early morning hike because I want to see the beauty of the sunrise and get my mind right for the weekend, I'm gonna do that. But I'm gonna do that because now I don't have to grab a damn drink. And when I get home, I can devote 110% to my family. And that's what amends to me is meaning to her right now. And let me talk about my wife real quick. This is quite possibly the hardest one for me to do. You know, my daughter, I failed her as a father. That's bad enough. That's terrible. I don't want to sit there and make it sound like that's not. I don't want to make it sound like that's not important. But my wife, I failed as a husband. I failed as a father. I failed as a partner. I failed to be there mentally for her, emotionally. I disappeared. I don't even know the easiest way to say this, but the last 6-7 months, I probably planned more time. I spent more time planning my own demise and what tree I was going to run into after my psych appointment than I did, or how I was going to convince my shrink the shrink I went to at that time was a complete pill mill. Like, it was the easiest thing ever to up my prescriptions. They just did it. It's a joke. It's part of the reason I'm kind of against therapy at this point. But I failed my wife on so many levels. Like, I don't think, I hope my kids never have to feel the way I feel some days. Like, my wife is my best friend. One of my brother's also there. My wife is an amazing mother. My wife tried to guide me so many times through the right path, through fitness and wellness and getting outside and just getting some sunlight in, and I never listened to her, which is insane considering if I had earlier, man. I mean, the only thing that might have happened is I wouldn't have had 16 years and I wouldn't have wrecked everything I did. Like, I am literally out here doing what she wanted me to do, and I was too stupid to see what I needed. I kept chasing that stupid ass bottle, and they kept ending, and the bottles always ran out. But I never got my answer. That's the funny thing about alcohol, man. You can sure dump some money and time into it, but it never gives you what you need in return. So, I guess this is it where we're at. This is what amends means to me, all right? Amends is quite simply getting up every damn day, doing something hard, challenging myself to be a better person. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It's everything to do with me. And why is that important for amends? I have to be healthy, mentally strong, physically strong. I have to be self-reliant. I have to be able to be there for my family and friends. And without doing what I'm doing now and getting stronger, that's not possible. So this is what amends is to me, all right? Every single day, I don't take anything for granted. I get up, I do what I gotta do, I spend time with my family, and I try. I get out, I enjoy life. And that's the only way I'm gonna make it through this. You know, thanks everybody for listening to me ramble aimlessly.